right now, it is all about the country side of things, as my show Wall to Wall Country is well underway. And we're so excited to have on board today some in-studio guests that we don't always get, because a lot of my artists are from all over the place. So every once in a while we have the opportunity to have some local talent happen to get in touch with you guys via Facebook. I think it was through Facebook.
Yep. Facebook.
Yeah, and it was really cool because I was like, are you guys country at all? And you're like, yep. And I'm like, okay, you're on the show. We'll just figure out the details later. So, we've got Robb Taylor and... I'm going to screw it up again.
Erica Ashley.
I got to write that down. Erica Ashley. I want to do it the other way around. Like, I want your last name first and your first name second. But anyway, Erica Ashley and Robb Taylor in the studios today. Please, thank you for making the drive down here today.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, man. It's a beautiful day to go for a drive. That's
It
for
is.
sure. And you were saying earlier that it's not your first time here at the venue, so you were kind of knew where you were going?
Yeah, we knew where we were going to, yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. So, we're going to chat a little bit about, where you guys come from, how you got to where you are, a little bit of your history. I mean, just a little bit that we were chatting about earlier. I mean, you've already got kind of an interesting background in music and things like that, but get our listening audience up to speed about who you are, where you come from, how you guys got together and got connected and producing some of the stuff that you're doing as of today. So let's do a little background information on the two of you.
Well, I'm originally from Philadelphia,
Okay.
the Philadelphia area. I lived on a yacht down there for about 10 years.
A yacht?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that.
Wow.
18 tons, 42 feet, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, so it was like home. But moved up to the Poconos here, bought a house up in here, was doing some shows at Shenanigans in Lake Harmony.
I know where that
If
is.
you know where that is.
I do.
Did a couple shows there, met Erica, heard her sing, and we kind of fell in love and hooked up. So.
Aw.
Even though I'm like 92 and she's like 22. No, I'm just kidding. But
Let's not go there.
well, everywhere we go, they say you and your dad can sit over here, so, but it's fun. Well, we take it with a grain of
Can't
salt.
believe you just went there.
I did. What else can I do? But, toured around for a while. Some shows in Europe and all over the United States. And I've been doing this a long time. But had some good shows. Charlie Daniels, Roberta Flack, Chubby Checker,
Nice.
Taylor Hicks, we opened for him.
Nice.
Jerry
Before he was
Lewis.
famous?
Well, no, after, but now he's in Vegas doing a show.
Yeah.
So, Artemis Pyle from Leonard Skinner did a few shows with him. But I think the really funny one was we were supposed to open for Jerry Lee Lewis
Oh, boy.
at the New Jersey State Fair, and it was his 74th birthday. So he grabbed me backstage, threw his arm around me, and said, "I'm opening for you today." I said, "Mr. Lewis, you can't open for me. You're a legend." He goes, "I'm an effing legend. I can do whatever I want." I was like, okay. So
Oh, there you go.
he ended up opening for us, the
Aw.
Robb Taylor band. That's all he said in between every song. Robb Taylor's coming up, so don't go nowhere. But
Aw.
I think there were around 10,000 people there.
Holy smokes.
So, yeah. My first show was with Roberta Flack. I walked out, there were like 10,000 people. I opened my mouth. Nothing came out, Casey. I couldn't talk. It was like, so.
How did you get the connection though with those artists? Like how did that kind of come about? I mean, you're throwing around some pretty
Yeah, I
big
had,
gun names there.
well, I actually owned a theater, a concert hall down in Glassboro, New Jersey called the Stargazer.
Okay.
And we used to book all the major acts.
Okay,
Down there.
okay,
And
okay.
I had a talent agency for 12 years in Wilmington, so I dealt with a lot of those people. I mean, I
Okay.
did casting for Rocky V, Fisher King, Soap Dish, Beloved, Mannequin 2, 12 Monkeys. So I got to meet, all those folks on the film side of things. My degree is actually in theater. I have a degree in acting and a degree in film and television. I have one lesson under my belt in music. So, and then, of course, the teacher was sitting there going, play for me. So I played a couple of songs I wrote. She goes, well, you can play. I said, well, yeah, but I don't play right. I don't
Right.
play the keyboards correctly. So she said, well, play middle C for me. And I was like, what? She
Yeah.
goes, middle C. And she starts banging on the key, middle C key. And I'm like, I don't understand what you're talking about. And she said, well, every key is assigned a letter. And I said, why would they do that? You know, I didn't know much about music.
What?
So.
Yeah,
But
nice.
you know, you play. You know, of course, you pick up a guitar to impress them. I started playing piano to impress people that I could actually play a little bit, and then you can't take the piano with you on a date. You know, so I picked up the guitar and started playing that.
Yeah,
But
nice.
we have a lot of fun with what we do.
Uh-huh.
Our whole group, our whole band is like family.
Uh-huh.
You know, so
We're putting together like backup dancers now and everything as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I had a couple of kids out of East Stroudsburg University who were doing like, you know, the whole Temptations thing with me on stage, you know, OJ's kind of deal, you know, the dance steps and the background vocals, and they graduated and went back to Colorado. So now Erica's on board. She's a choreographer and a great singer as well, and she's putting together the whole, you know, 3 girls, you know, the Supremes kind of deal
Nice.
on stage, you know. So
Nice.
it's kind of fun, and it's easy to get band members because you got girls in the band now. You know,
Nice.
so.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, the guys are all like, are the girls coming? Doesn't matter. We're rehearsing, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nice.
So it's fun.
Now, out of the two of you, is there like a brains part of the deal and an artistic kind of side? How do you guys work as a team when it comes to? She's smiling, so there's got to be something going on here, Eric. Come on, spill the beans. Come on, I want to hear it. Where's the sides?
Hey, he's.
Well, I've always felt in any creative situation when egos come in the door, creativity goes out the window.
Right.
So I try to be open, and I let everybody know, please contribute. If you think there should be something here in a song, or we should kick it a different way, or whatever, you know, let's try it. We're all professionals. We try everything because good ideas sometimes develop out of ones that didn't work.
Right.
So I try to keep the creative door open at rehearsals, or, you know, on stage it's set. You know, at some point somebody has to be Captain Kirk and say, okay, we're going down to the planet. You know,
Right.
This is what we're doing. But I try to keep the creative door open, Casey. That way, you know, we get the best. And like I said, I only took 1 music lesson, so who am I to say what should or shouldn't be, really?
Right.
You know, but we know it when we hear it.
Yeah.
You know, what works.
Now, you said about the shows are set. Are you the artist, you follow a specific playlist? You don't really vary from that at all? You're just saying, okay, this is what we're doing, and then you follow that playlist for a certain amount of shows? You don't really vary from that?
We do. We try to cover what's on the CDs because we're you know, selling the CDs.
Right.
You know, and I have had instances where I had to bring somebody in for a show because somebody got ill or whatever, and I've had people come up and say, I have your CD, and it didn't sound like that. You know what I mean? So on a live show, we try to cover what we did on the CD because we do, when we have a song in front of us that we're developing or we're working on, we do try to, you know, keep that in mind. Like Southbound Train, the bass player came up with an idea to do a boom, 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 which makes you feel like you're on a train and you're rocking. So we, you know, and that's the song we used to open the show with. It's basically a train starting up.
Right.
So, you know, we smoke the stage. Like,
nice.
You know, we're in the middle of shooting that video. The script is done for it.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So all of the stuff that we have on the CDs, we're hoping by the end of the summer we'll have as videos.
Nice.
Plus the new songs. We just recently wrote a new song together called I Couldn't Take My Eyes Off You.
Aww.
So that will be on the next album.
Now, the song Southbound Train that you were just talking about is on the Hourglass album.
The Hourglass album.
Okay, because I have a couple of here. Is Ramblin' On, where does this one fall in the yearly scheme of things? Is this an older
Ramblin'
CD?
On is from 2000 BC.
Okay.
No, it's like, no, it's older stuff. It's very pop oriented. I was kind of more pop back then.
Okay. Did you have the long hair? No, you were still pretty clean cut there.
Well, I established A-Side Records in 1974 as an independent label. And Charmant Publishing was the music publishing side of it, and we do everything through BMI.
Right.
But long before there were any independent labels, I decided I was going to cut out a lot of middlemen and basically produce myself. I was working with High Lit and Jerry Blavitt, those guys down in Philly, and they were taking me in the studio and saying things like, well, you need to sing like Dion. And I'm like, why? And he was going, Dion's career was too short. I'm like, but mine's going to be too.
Yeah, I'm not Dion.
I'm not Dion. I'm not singing that way. You know, so
that happens a lot, unfortunately.
It
I
does.
just had a conversation with my artist last week, and she was the same way. She's a new artist, and she's like, she goes in, and they're like, well, you got to sound more current. You got to sound more like Carrie Underwood and stuff. She's like, but I'm not.
Right.
I'm not. And she had this incredibly deep bass tone. She had an incredibly like out there voice that you don't hear very often. Right. And I'm like, be proud of that voice and use that voice. That's what, you know, because if you try to be someone else and then all of a sudden you try to be yourself, people are going to be like, wait a minute, where did that come from? Because for years we've been listening to you this way. Now all of a sudden you're this, and this is really who you are. You know, it's almost like not being trustworthy to your audience.
Yeah, you're right. I spent a couple of years working with a big horn band out of Allentown and fronting for them, and we would cover certain songs, and I would never try to copy the artist's voice, but there were certain nuances that an artist has that you can push your voice up to, and I would do a little of that, you know what I mean? But I really never tried to just say, okay, I'm going to copy Bruce Springsteen, or I'm going to copy, you know, Van Morrison's voice. You know, if they have I can do Mellencamp to a T.
Yeah.
But, you know, some guys are easier than others, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, I try to do what I do.
Right.
And I think if you stay in your own skin, you sound a little better.
And just be true to yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, what's the point in doing it?
Well, you know, I think it's the industry. I think some of the industry tends to put pressure on artists to do different things because they want them to be popular and they want them to be in with the in crowd of what people are listening to. But unfortunately, then some of those artists end up falling by the wayside because they never really got to be who they are, and their fans never really got to see them, you know, in their true form, because they end up getting pushed in different directions by the powers that be who have the money, and the industry's a tough industry.
Well, yeah, like with A-Side Records, obviously I hired people to run the company, and they came to me and they were like, well, we have an image that we have in mind for you.
Right.
And they were sitting in my living room, we were having a meeting, and we have an image we have in mind for you, and we're going to want you to do this image, and blah, 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 blah. I said, well, hold on a second. I went in the back room and I changed it, and I came out and they went, that's it. I'm like, well, that's what I thought too. You know, why didn't you just, you know?
Say so.
But they were like, I could see they were ready to drive the nail in the coffin and say, this is what you're going to be and what you're going to do. And I was like, well, I get that part of it. It's a business. I get that part of it. But I have to feel comfortable, you know.
Yeah.
If I'm opening for a country act, I'm going to put a hat on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, just to make people feel comfortable.
Nice. Awesome. Well, you mentioned the song Southbound Train as the first track on the Hourglass CD. Can you tell us a little bit more about the song? Are these all songs that you wrote?
Yes, everything.
Okay, tell us a little bit about it, and we'll feature it here and let our listening audience give a listen.
Okay, it's kind of a strange story behind it. I grew up in 12 foster homes.
Oh my gosh.
Never met my mother until I was 40 years old. My brother became a private detective and found her in West Virginia. So I was going to get down to West Virginia to meet her for the first time, and I was trying to get calling the train station, trying to get a train, figure out what time and all that. And they said, well, you have to go to Chicago and then take a southbound train. And I'm like, wait a minute, I got to go from Philadelphia to Chicago, then
to get on a train to go
south. I'm like,
that's a lot of miles.
I'm like, really? So the Southbound Train song actually, had its, origin from that whole process of trying to get down there, even though it talks about meeting a Cajun girl. The Cajun girl really is my mother, who was an American Indian, actually, Cherokee. But that's really where the song the original idea of it came about.
Nice. Awesome. Well, we're going to feature that here in just a minute. You guys got a little bit more time to hang out?
Sure. Absolutely.
Awesome. We're going to take a quick break and pay some bills, but more with Erica, Ashley, and Robb Taylor you guys are from the Pocono area now.
We have a house up here, yeah.
Okay.
We have actually
So
5 houses up here.
yeah, okay. But you're local to
Yeah.
to the Pocono area.
Yeah,
You guys can check out them. We're going to talk about how you can reach out to them, get your hands on some of their music. The latest. This is the latest. The Hourglass is the latest album CD right now.
The latest is out. The next one is The Dreamcatcher, which
Okay.
is done, but it's not on the market yet.
Okay. But they can reach out and check out some of the other albums that you have out there. We're going to find out more about that kind of stuff coming up in just a bit. So keep it right here. We'll be back with more Erica Ashley and Robb Taylor right after we take a break, and his song Southbound Train in just a moment right here on Penn's Peak Radio. That's right, and our up line of programming includes a lot of great music and artists and interviews and all that kind of stuff, and we're very excited to have Erica Ashley and Robb Taylor in the studio today live. I always like it when it's live. It's like they're really, 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 really here.
We're here. We made it.
Yeah, we're very excited, and so that's also kind of scary too, because I can't just hang up on you. It's like, stop talking. But anyway, so we were talking about a couple of other things as far as, some of the places that you play, and you're playing a lot local. I mean, how can people find out where you are playing? Because you got a lot going on within, a 50 to 100 mile radius over the next couple of months to a year.
Yeah.
I know you guys are working on a website, which isn't up and running yet, but how's other ways that they can contact you?
Well, it's actually Robb Taylor. They can contact me through Facebook.
Okay.
Robb with 2 B's.
Right.
To be or not to be. Well, I'm an actor. What can I say? Yeah, they can reach us on Facebook, YouTube. All the songs from the last 2 albums are on YouTube.
MySpace.
MySpace.
Okay.
We have that up and running. They're trying to put, I think, videos of the last movie I did onto RobbTaylor.com, so they got it down, working on it.
A movie? What movie were you in?
I just finished doing If I Sang Out of Tune, where I played a record producer, of all things, which fits. But I've worked on, like I said before, a lot of different movies.
Okay.
Rocky V I worked on.
Oh,
Fisher
wow.
King. Fisher King, I worked with Robin Williams, Jeff Bridges.
Oh.
12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys with Bruce Willis.
Okay.
Um,
Wasn't Brad Pitt in 12 Monkeys?
I don't remember that far back. Soap Dish
But
I worked on.
Young Brad Pitt.
Yeah, worked on Soap Dish with Whoopi Goldberg.
Wow.
And that was she was a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, she was, some guy was trying to walk across the set and she grabbed him by the back of the neck and pulled him back. And I turned around and she looks at me and she goes, "What?" I go, "Well, I didn't expect it to be you, doing security." But then we hung out down on she asked me the next night on set if I was busy. I said, no. She said, "Let's take a walk." So we took a walk down to, I think it was 10th Street in Manhattan, where all the drag queens were hanging out, and we had a ball. I mean, she's hysterical. But I worked on a lot of films, recently a lot of independent stuff, because I like that. I have another film coming up, which is untitled as of yet. But I'm supposed to play a psychiatrist.
Oh boy.
In that, which should be fun.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
But,
not to get completely off track of your music, but I have to say, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
How was that? I mean,
Robin Williams, wherever they let him out of, they probably shouldn't have. He was just, he was the wackiest guy. He was on set, he'd cross his arms, he'd look up at the ceiling, then all of a sudden he'd look down and he'd go after somebody and just go, well, he came over to me and he's like, he goes, "You beat me up, Scotty, there's no intelligent life down here." And he goes, "You look just like Captain Kirk." And I did, I guess, without the beard and all. Everybody used to say I looked like Captain Kirk. So I went, my ship must have gone back into, I started doing Captain Kirk, and he's like, "Okay, we can't do this," and he walked away. I was like, all right, but he was fun to work with. But Jeff Bridges was great, a wonderful gentleman.
yeah.
I worked with Sly Stallone.
Wow.
Who my brother beat up in high school, which was, so in Norristown, I went to school in Norristown together, and
Nice.
my brother kicked his butt, but I was like, okay, you know, my brother brags about it. I'm like, dude, he's like 5'2". Okay,
Yeah.
so you know.
Nice.
So a lot of people don't know that, but
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone is very short.
Sure.
Yeah,
Huh.
he's
I know.
5'4", I think.
He seems bigger than life.
He does. Well, they
You know.
drop the camera and they shoot him up.
Oh, is that why? Because he's so short?
Yeah, if you're 6 feet, if you're 6 feet tall, he's 7 feet tall. You know, so.
Nice.
But that's how they do that. But
Awesome.
yeah, he was good. Good gentleman, nice gentleman.
Well, that's you should write a book.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but let's get back into why you're here, your
Okay.
music, a little bit more about some of your music. Now, we listened to Southbound Train there. It's definitely got that interesting. You were saying that you do the full-blown effects on stage, so when people are sitting there and you're gonna do this, they can expect actually like almost like a little show with that, with the horn, and with the train, like you were saying, the train sound and stuff.
Yeah, in the video, I actually am robbing the train.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
I
you
play
can
the bad guy, which is cool.
check all those out on the YouTubes and electronic medias and things like that. When you were talking about Facebook, are you the person that does all the answering of the Facebook, or do you have a staff, or does she get stuck doing it all?
Erica handles a lot of that. She's the media person. You know,
Nice.
she's familiar with Facebook, with the Twitter,
Instagram.
Instagram, all that stuff.
MySpace.
Awesome.
So
That's a job in itself.
I got into it, you know, and I'll tell you, Casey, I was really into the Facebook thing, and then I'm like, this is like my whole life now.
Yes.
I have no real, I'm living in cyberspace,
Yes.
you know. And I just said, I can't do this all, you know.
Perfect.
I don't mind checking into it every now and then, saying, please take that silly picture of me off. But
Right.
Yeah, so most of
Right.
the time you're probably talking to me.
Okay. Well, I
'Cause I respond back
friend
to the
requested,
emails.
and I didn't get a friend. I didn't get a friend back. So.
Oh, geez, we'll do that.
Okay. So let's get back to some of the music. We were talking about this album, and this is called The Hourglass. You got another one coming out soon that people can be looking forward to. But off this album, you had a little something that we were talking about called Sing the Blues. You want to give us a little background of that song and what that one's all about, really?
Well, it was originally titled Drink the Booze, but we didn't think it would go over. So, you know, it's about things going wrong in your life, and you just have to find a way to, you know, cope with it.
Nice.
So it was originally titled Drink the Booze, but we just figured
You should have
it.
kept it. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I do on stage. The last time when we sing the blues, I actually sing Drink the Booze, but we changed it up, and I think it's better that way.
Okay.
We actually did this song for a competition, a Colgate competition, country competition.
Okay.
Years ago out in I think it was Pittsburgh,
Okay.
something like that. And we went to that. And, we were the only band. Everybody else was a single artist doing like karaoke tracks, and we were like, "But we're a band, you know. Shouldn't we win something for that?" You know?
We're a group of people.
Yeah, I think we came in second or something.
Oh,
But
okay.
and I think this was the song that we did
Okay.
for that,
Okay.
because we thought it was kind of a toe tapper.
Well, I think we'll play it a little bit, and then we'll
Okay.
chat a little bit more. But we've got something from Robb Taylor, and this is off the Hourglass album. It's a little something called "Sing the Blues" or "Drink the Booze." Drink the booze. I like it a lot. I think you should go back and do another version
Yeah.
and a whole different video
That whole thing, Drink the Booze, yeah.
for "Drink the Booze"
Yeah,
instead of
falling
"Sing
off
the
the
Blues."
stool at the end, right?
Yeah, it'd be great. You know, bonk. That'd be the end of it. Nice job. So there is a video though for that one? Yes, no.
No, it's coming.
Oh,
It's coming.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look forward to you falling off of a bar stool.
Yeah,
I think that's what you should do.
should be fun.
You know, it would give it something different. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But nice job, nice job. And everybody can get their hands on your music via if people get a hold of you through the Facebook. Is
Yeah.
that one way that they can do it until your website?
Yes.
Do you have a projection date of when your website will be ready?
I don't. It's up to them,
Okay.
really.
The infamous them, the people, the thems,
Yeah.
the theys
the
and
web
the
page
thems.
people.
Yeah,
eBiz. They call it.
I hope it comes up soon for you.
Yeah, we do too, because we've got
You
a lot of stuff. on-
Yes, you do.
Well, I have 5 books published too, and
Holy crap!
2 of them are children's books.
My
And I do readings for
How do you
for
keep up
kids.
with this guy?
I don't know.
Well, I do readings for kids. With the one is called Mr. Mischief. It uses the black cat, the old witch, the ugly goblin to teach kids about prejudice. It's a
okay.
Halloween story. And the other book is called The Tale of the Easter Bunny, which tells you how the Easter Bunny became famous, being the Easter Bunny. And and it teaches kids to be kind to animals.
Aww.
So we're talking to PETA, and we're talking to SPCA about, sponsoring that book, and obviously NAACP and Civil Liberties Union about the, Mr. Mischief, the Halloween book.
Ooh, nice.
We're trying to get that to kids, as much as we can.
Mm-hmm.
But I do readings, Salem, Massachusetts for Halloween.
Really?
5,000 kids.
Oh my gosh.
At one time reading.
Holy.
Usually it's 5 to 50 in a local library somewhere.
Yeah.
But up there, I mean, Halloween is the whole month of October.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
all year long, maybe even.
Yeah, the
depending.
band played. The band played up there. We played in the center of the town. They actually built a stage over the fountain that's in the middle of the town.
Oh, wow.
In Salem, Massachusetts, and we were booked for one show. We played 4.
Jeez.
And there was a place up there called Fool's Mansion, which I have to plug because I get clothing from them for free.
Oh.
And when people go, the guy brought me in his shop after one of the shows, and he goes, pick out anything you want. So I picked out this vest and a long coat and a hat and a few other things. And I said, I can't decide. He said, take them all. I said, well, what am I going to owe you, like $500? And he goes, no, they're free. Just when somebody asks you where you got them from, tell them Fool's Mansion in Salem, Massachusetts.
There you
so
go.
I do, but,
nice.
and they have all this kind of 1800s,
century.
17th, turn
Nice.
of the century stuff.
Clothes.
Yeah.
Nice. Interesting. I might have to go up there myself for
Yeah,
my
yeah.
ghost walks. I do ghost walks in
Oh,
town.
do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jim Thorpe?
Yeah, we do ghost walks.
Is that at the prison?
Well, there's the prison tours, and then there's ghost walks, and the ghost walks walk you through town and tell you stories of all the different buildings, several different buildings who have been said to be haunted, and tell stories, and you walk people up from like Molly's, from downtown, all the way up through town till you get to the jail. You tell a little bit about the jail, then you come back down, and then you do Ray Street, historic Stone Row. You come back and you stop at the St. Mark's Church, and then go into town. So you do like a loop, and you tell like, I don't know, maybe 10 stories as you're walking around town. It takes about 45
we did
minutes.
shows down there over the museum
Okay.
for John Drury,
Yeah,
who I
yeah,
became
yeah.
really good friends with. I think he owns half the town.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know he owns the inn down there.
Yep.
But we did shows there for charity. We do shows for March of Dimes, Global Reach,
Make-A-Wish,
Helping Hands, or anybody who needs a wheelchair.
Right.
We'll put a show together and produce it, whatever a kid needs.
Okay.
Anything for kids because of the foster
Yeah.
homes I grew up in. Now we've started doing some shows for Operation Chill Out, which is homeless veterans. So those two causes I champion.
Okay, nice.
Anybody who has, a charity situation is welcome to get a hold of me.
I need to get you in touch with somebody.
Okay.
And I will do that. Just remind me at the end of the show, especially when it comes to the veterans. I have somebody who could probably use your support and help with
Okay.
getting some funds raised for a building that's up near Drums. It's a mansion.
Okay.
It's actually going to be our troops event in July. That's who we're benefiting. But
Okay.
real long story short, it's this beautiful mansion. A doctor donated it for poverty-stricken veterans who lost everything due to health or whatever, them and their families who have nothing. They're trying to get the doors of it open. It's ready. It's done. It's turnkey. It's ready to go. It can house, I think there's 20 to 30 rooms. There's barbershop. There's kitchens. There's facilities that they can use, but they need a certain amount of funds before they can open the doors to sustain it.
Right.
So they're looking
Absolutely.
for that funding.
Well,
so
there's grants and things.
our
that are
troops
available,
event
too.
is going to help, trying to help them raise a couple of dollars.
Yeah, well, I got involved in that. It was like 17 or something one winter here, and I went, there's a bridge down under the bridge in Stroudsburg where they were all hanging out and just trying to stay warm. And I went through my closet. I had probably 50 blankets. And I don't know, how many do I need? 3
yeah, right,
tops,
yeah,
and that's one for the sofa. So I took what I had and went down there and gave them out. 'Cause
Nice.
just getting the guys to come out from under there was difficult. It was
Tough.
challenging, because they're comfortable there and they don't want to be a part of a society that
Right.
did that to them.
Right, right.
So.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about another one of your songs. Let's play another one real quick here that are off the Hourglass CD. Give
Okay.
people a listen of one more tune. Which one would you like me to hit?
How about rock and roll? It's the last one.
Okay. And what's the story behind this one, Rob?
It's about getting older and still playing rock and roll anyway. When everyone's telling me to give it up, dude, you know, it's like I'm looking at the Rolling Stones and they're like 80 or something.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm going to keep playing too.
Nice.
You know, so that's really where the song originated from. Just a lot of people going, you know, go get a bank job, dude. And I'm like, no,
I don't want a real job.
Besides, if I had a bank job, I'd be like cashing your check and going, one for you, one for me. You know, I couldn't do a bank job. So, you know, so.
Perfect. All right, well, we're going to hear Rock and Roll. This is a little something, again, off of the Hourglass album, Robb Taylor. Find him on Facebook, ROBBTAYLOR. I'm waiting for the big finish. There you go.
Thank you very much.
I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that at all at the end.
No,
That was funny.
Well, had to do it.
little Elvis there.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Thank you.
You know, it's all really good stuff. And, I mean, you're just so multi-talented. I mean, just, you know, all of your experiences and things and writing books and children's books and, you know, working with very talented actors and musicians and things like that. I have to ask you, is there something you haven't done that is on the bucket list of something you'd like to do yet?
Well, I haven't gotten pregnant yet.
Oh, well.
Just because I can't. But the rest, pretty much, I ended up at a boys' school, church farm school. It was like a boarding school for boys from broken homes. And they taught us farming, they taught us carpentry, plumbing, painting. So I learned all the trades, and I learned farming as well going there. Sports were mandatory, so I got a wrestling scholarship and got into college. I started out in college as a phys ed major and didn't like that, so I switched over to theater, you know, and ended up with a theater degree.
Man, you gotta write I mean, you said you write books, but you need to write a biography.
Yeah, I have a company, Cherry Hill Publications out of New York, who came down with a limo, and they were like taking me for a ride, and they're like, we'll write your book. I'm like, well, give me $60,000 to send it home and do it. You know? It's a matter of finding the time to do all the things.
Sure.
You know? And I don't really see myself.
You're not that busy. I mean, really, come on.
Yeah, no, it's nothing to do. Sit around the house, you know.
Yeah, twiddle your thumbs. Yeah,
eating
bonbons, eating your chocolate that you did not bring.
Rock of chocolate. Hey, it comes with rocks too, peanuts in it. Yeah, rock of chocolate with rocks or without. Yeah. So no, that was Dawn
Yummy
Mitchell's
chocolate.
Yeah, that was Dawn Mitchell's idea. She managed me for a while, and then she moved away. But she was pretty good at, you know, getting those kind of gigs and coming up with what we thought were crazy ideas at the time, but they turned out to be pretty good. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to hold you up too much longer. I've already had you here for an hour, and you know you're more than welcome to swing by. Obviously, the deck party's tonight. We'd love to have you come back. You know, go get something to eat, go down in town, do whatever. But come on up and enjoy the deck party tonight. It starts at 6. So, but anything real quick, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, other than the new album that you have coming out that your fans can be listening for or looking for on Facebook, something along that line?
Yeah, tell them to buy the CD because I get kids to feed.
All right, there you go.
They're not my kids, but I feed them anyway.
But anything, you got some videos, anything in
the videos the scripts are already done for a number of them. We're going to probably start shooting next month, right? With Southbound Train will be the first one.
Nice. Last song of the show, I like to feature my artists and remind people that they can get their hands on your music, check you out on Facebook and all that. What's the last song you want me to play at the end of the show today? Quick reminder.
With the Dog.
What's that?
Running with the Dog.
Running with the Dog. DAWG.
Right.
So what's that? A little story what that's about.
That's about guys who go out on Friday and Saturday nights looking. You know, so.
Okay.
Hunting.
All right. Well, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Well, we can look forward to hearing that song at the end of the show.
Okay.
Erica, Rob, you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for coming out and being a part of the show today. Real quick, you know, I wish you the best. Obviously, you are well established. Sounds like pretty much whatever you put your mind to, you're going to be able to do. And we're very excited to have you on the show today, somebody of your caliber for sure. Doors always open.
Oh,
a couple of months down the line.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us.
You know, and next time bring your guitar and the chocolates.
And the chocolate. You got it.
Guitar, chocolate,
That's
checklist.
Checklist,
Yes.
right. Okay.
But, you got something new going on in a couple months. You'd like to, when you get your new album out or whatever the case may be, feel free to let me know, and we'll get you back on the schedule. I love when my artists have the opportunity to return.
Great. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Well, thank you for coming out. We're looking forward to seeing you a little bit later. Remember, we're going to have one more song at the end of the show from Mr. Robb Taylor. Make sure you're listening for that. We got to take a break, catch up a little bit here on the Wall to Wall Country Show. But thanks again for coming down, and we appreciate you guys being in the studio.
Thank you.
All right, take care, guys.